G'day and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Trent. Today we're going to be cooking the perfect lamb roast. Lately I've really been getting into the gorgeous spices and the flavours of Moroccan cuisine, and we're going to use those philosophies, those food philosophies, and we're going to inject them into this Aussie lamb roast. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the base for the roast. So I've got a nice roasting pan here, and we're just going to lay the base for the lamb roast, and that'll do a couple of things. It'll stop it from burning on the bottom, and also it'll be an accompaniment for that roast. So all I'm going to do, I've got some carrots here, and really, with a lot of your root veg especially, as much as you can try and avoid peeling them. All the nutrients are contained in those first couple of millimetres under the skin. So what I'm going to do is going to cut the carrots in half and really roughly cut them. I've also got some sweet potato. Again, cut it in half. Don't really be too concerned about how it's being cut. You know, this lamb's going to be in the oven for an hour and a half. Just obviously don't cut it too small. And that'll add a lovely sweetness to the dish. Okay, I've got some roasted capsicum. Well, it will be roasted capsicum. Just top and tail here. And as much as you're worried about the flavour, also you want to have a lovely colour composition there. The capsicum adds a lovely red colour to the colour there. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of capsicum. Like I said, we're not too concerned about how it's being cut. You know, the dish is going to be in the oven there for a good hour and a half. So the key is really chunky. Don't cut anything too fine. You don't want to end up with sort of a vegetable mush. Some gorgeous sweet corn here. Tapped by a piece of curry leaf. I'm just going to dehusk it. And again, nice and chunky. We want to leave a lot of texture. So a runaway piece of corn. We want to leave a lot of texture on the vegetables. So after they're roasted, and how it's cut there. Okay, so I've got a great base for the vegetables there. I've got some gorgeous, really rough cut sweet potato. I've got some sweet corn in there, some Spanish onion, some capsicum. And the next thing to do is to marinate the lamb. I've got some beautiful organic lamb shoulder there. So for the marinade, again, we're really not being too concerned about how everything's cut. We're really looking for those rich, bold flavours. And typical of Moroccan cuisine, this is where it becomes more than just the usual Aussie roast lamb. We've got a tablespoon of cumin, a tablespoon of coriander seed, a teaspoon of black pepper. And all we're going to do is going to pound it up in the mortar and pestle. Oh, this smells gorgeous. And as far as the spices go, this is really the foundation for the Moroccan flavours. So what I'm doing is going to pound those spices, but I am still going to leave a bit of texture there. You don't really need a powder. Okay, gorgeous. So I've got my cumin seed, my coriander seed, my black pepper. To that I'm going to add some turmeric, a tablespoon of turmeric. And this gives it a lovely vibrant yellow colour as well as a bit of flavour. And then we've got some smoked paprika. And importantly, smoked paprika, rather than just normal paprika, it lends it a really sort of smoky sweetness. And to that we're going to add some garlic cloves, probably half a dozen garlic cloves. And I've got some gorgeous young ginger here. The difference being, well, they call it young ginger or green ginger. You can almost just eat it as a vegetable. If you look at that skin, I can almost just scrape that off with my fingernail. We won't even worry about peeling that. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of coriander. this really gives it some sort of authentic Moroccan flavour. That's just all going in the mortar and pestle. So now it's time to start pounding. We've got the coriander in there, we've got the fresh mint, we've got the ginger, cumin seed, the coriander seed, a smoked paprika, and a bit of our turmeric. And why I love a mortar and pestle as opposed to a blender or those mixers you've got at home, because this really releases those essential oils. And rather than sort of being one texture, just basically a nice smooth paste. It's got that roughness to it. When you're eating it, you have a little bite of ginger, you have a little bit of bite of coriander. I'll just give that a little touch of olive oil. And that will help lubricate the marinade, especially when we're putting it over the lamb. It smells just amazing. Okay, and that's really it for the marinade for the lamb. And like I said, don't be too concerned. It doesn't have to be all this lovely, fine, pretty paste. Okay, want it nice and robust. When we're eating into it, we have these gorgeous little pockets of flavour. For the lamb itself, all we're going to do is we're going to score into the lamb a little bit. And this does a couple of things. It helps the marinade penetrate into the lamb, and also does cut down the cooking time a little bit. So don't be afraid. Really score into it and sort of get some deep, centimetre and a half scoring in that lamb on both sides. Good. Then all we're going to do is smear the marinade over the lamb. Let me get a little more touch of olive oil in the mortar and pestle there. Just give it a tablespoon of salt. Don't be too worried. Just really sort of push that marinade into the lamb. And really, I'm almost feel a bit guilty about how easy this dish is. But beautiful food doesn't always have to be hard. That's the thing I like about the Moroccan cuisine and Australian cuisine, and which is why they have a great synergy. So I'm going to add some cassia bark, which is the outer covering of the cinnamon. It's a lot more robust, and it tends not to break down so much. A little bit of star anise, probably 10 or 15 stars. A good tablespoon of black mustard seeds. I've got some beautiful curry leaves here. Okay, we've got the curry leaves. And then what we're going to do is top it up with stock. 500 ml of chicken stock. Well, the lamb's ready to go. The barbecue's preheated. 180 degrees. We'll whack him in here. 2.5, 3 hours later, we'll come back, we'll go to the beach in the meantime, and we'll see how she looks. Oh, beautiful. So all we have to do now is plate him up. We'll use some of this gorgeous roast vegetable as a base. Sweet potato. We'll just cut a few gorgeous slices of this lamb on top of the vegetables. Well, foodies, here it is. The perfect Aussie roast lamb in the barbecue, but with a bit of a Moroccan twist. And until next time, this has been Cooking with Trent.